Is now as the Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. Governor, welcome to the program. I know that
thank you, Stuart.
You did not want these refugees coming into Texas at this time. When you had to accept them, do you know who they are, where they're from, and exactly where in Texas they're going?
We have been given detailed information about that. However, Stuart, it's very important to point out that Texas in our ongoing efforts to ensure that we keep the Syrian refugees out of the state of Texas for two key reasons. One is because of the dangers they pose. It's been made very, very clear by the United States House of Representatives, by the FBI, by the Director of National Intelligence, that known terrorists are going to intermingle among the Syrian refugees that are coming into the state of Texas, and they say they don't have the ability to do the adequate vetting, and hence, by the federal government allowing these refugees into any state in the United States, it poses a very serious risk of danger to our fellow Americans. Hence, we are going to continue our efforts to try to keep these refugees out. Texas is going to continue its litigation to try to put a halt to this.
Okay. What do you make of this, Governor? 237 Syrians have arrived in America since the attack in Paris, November 13th. Only one of those 287 was a Christian. What's with that?
Well, everything about the whole Syrian refugee resettlement program is mind-boggling, because let me add on one other thing that the Obama administration has done. The Obama administration, for these Syrian refugees, has granted a waiver allowing in refugees who have given material support to terrorists. That is stunning, Stuart, that we are facing the consequence of either terrorists or those who have aided terrorists being able to intermingle among the refugees coming to the United States of America, posing a danger to all of us.
Now, Governor, Senator Ted Cruz is introducing a bill that would let states reject refugees. I take it you're part of this effort, are you, sir?
Stuart, I am. I sat down with Senator Cruz and his staff, and we crafted this piece of legislation that was announced yesterday for the very reason that you and I have been discussing today. And that is, as a governor, my top responsibility is to ensure the safety of our fellow Texans. Now, look, the reality is Texas and our United States are a very welcoming and supporting nation. But we cannot let our charity compromise the safety of our fellow Americans. And hence, governors have to have the responsibility and the tools where we can reject refugees for which security assurances cannot be made. And here they have not been made because the Director of National Intelligence himself said that terrorists will intermingle among these refugees.
Now, can I just put the other side of the coin here, which is the humanitarian side of the coin? When we in America see pictures of women and children struggling across Europe and struggling to get into a land of freedom like America, our heart does go out to them. Surely you're affected by that point of view, aren't you, Governor?
Stuart, we are. And as I want to point out, and that is both the United States and the state of Texas, we support charity. But charity for some should not compromise the security of all. And when we know from national intelligence leaders that those refugees will have intermingled among them terrorists who have already tried to get into the United States, when we know that some of the refugees who are allowed here provided aid and support to terrorists in Syria, this is a different situation. And remember this, the woman who massacred 14 people in San Bernardino fit the very same profile you articulated. She was a woman with a 6-month-old child. And so we can't use those categories anymore to think, well, this is someone who is helpless and hopeless and needs help, ignoring the fact that she is a jihadist.
Yeah. Governor Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate it.